Article of the Week number 14. Article title: French middle school pupils learn to interact more without their phones. Author Angelique Christophas. Date of publication September 14, 2018. The school was over at Claude Debussy Middle School in Paris, France. Teenagers walked out of the school gates. Several 13-year-olds quickly reached into their bags for their phones. Their phones had been off for 8 hours. Children's phones are no longer allowed in public schools in France. The law started as the school year began in France. President Emmanuel Macron said it would help free teenagers from their phones. "I thought I would be freaked out, but it's been fine," said one 13-year-old girl. She has had a phone since she was 11 years old. "I left my phone in my bag all day, and I was surprised to find it didn't bother me. Normally I'd be on Snapchat and Instagram, but my friends are here at school, so it's pretty easy to talk instead." She said she would probably use her phone more at home. "My parents don't set rules on phone use, but I've made my own rule. I don't check my phone after 11:30 p.m. on a school night." Ignoring the phone wasn't that hard. Her friend, also age 13, said she used to look at photos and listen to music at break time. "I haven't found it hard to ignore my phone this week," she said. "However," she said, "there's still a physical urge to reach for it." The school has 460 students aged 11 to 15. There's a mix of students from both rich and poor families. The school prepared for the law by introducing phone-free Mondays last year. Previously, school workers had noticed children's behavior at break time. They would mostly stand in the playground looking at phones. About 4 or 5 weeks into our phone-free Monday experiment, we saw children bringing packs of cards into school to play in break time, said the school's principal, Eric Lathier. He was referring to cards used to play games. "We hadn't seen cards at school for years. Children brought books in to read, and pupils stood around chatting far more." Habit worth forming? Lathier approved of the new law. It's about educating people on phone addiction, and not just children and adults too. Any moment in the day when you can try to do something without a phone requires an effort, but it's a habit worth forming, Lathier said. The law is not against technology. We can't go against digital. That would be like trying to keep schools back from the evolution of society. It's about education around tech use. Children's phones already weren't allowed in classrooms except for teaching purposes. Now they are not allowed anywhere inside, including playgrounds. The French government expanded this to allow high schoolers to stop phone use if they choose. Few high schools are expected to block phones. Frédérique Roulette leads a group that helps teachers in France. She said the first week of the law appeared to go smoothly, but stressed the law wasn't a monumental change. In recent years, 6 out of 10 middle schools had already decided to disallow phones from playgrounds. Schools that had previously prohibited phones said they had noticed more socializing between children. Students were also more prepared to learn at the start of classes. Students and parents had time to prepare. Jean-Noël Taché is the principal of a middle school in a small town in France. There had been so much media talk about it that pupils and families were well prepared, he said. It's as if children not using their phones at school has simply become a habit. Previously, his students could use phones at break time. However, he said phone use spread from the playground to the halls, to the lunchroom, to outside classroom doors. And parents, Michelle Bayard, a teacher, said she hadn't noticed students complaining about the law. At the school gate, though, a 14-year-old girl felt teenagers should get more credit. There is this idea that our generation can't concentrate or has lost the ability to socialize. That's not true, she said.